the tailback. First down and 10. He's going to get the carry. Johnson kept those legs churning. Got a good block from Lindenmeyer, the top. On the draw, they get the first down and then some. Emmett Johnson moving the pile, interminable energy. Viola's completed passes to 8 different receivers tonight. Here's Johnson seeking a measure of atonement and redemption with a...
Bruno Dahl went out of the game a moment ago. An Akron defensive end and a lot of room to run. Bouncing off to the left side. Emmett Johnson has a chance to take it all the way, and he does. Touchdown, Nebraska!
The jump cut as Emmett Johnson ends up seeing the flow, and just as he presses the hole, that jump cut gets him back against the grain because
we're gonna use it. Fantastic. Good luck this season.
Ran the ball for 8 yards, so Nebraska's still in a good position, and they're in an excellent position right now. Johnson right through the A gap, the first down, and then all the way down inside the 5-yard line. Lost the formation as their 2 tight ends. Second and goal at the 3. Johnson wide open, caught it. Touchdown! Nebraska over 300 yards of offense. You just saw that on the screen. And they'll add to that number. They'll pad the stats with Emmett Johnson carrying the ball into Zips territory. A tackle right at the first down marker. They will move the chains. On third down, handoff. Emmett Johnson cuts and scores! Piece of cake for Emmett Johnson to score again.
Houston Christian. Emmett Johnson.
nice patience.
Man, he's just so quiet behind those 2 big blockers. Oh, that's how you read your blocks. Lindenmeyer starts in the backfield in front of Johnson. And Johnson spins into the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska. Johnson's got it. Spinning. Did he? He did. Touchdown, Nebraska. Another one for Emmett Johnson.
Completed 77% of his passes so far with 8 touchdowns and no interceptions. Here's a guy that helps the cause. Emmett Johnson rips one off from the Michigan 37. Raiola sidearms it complete. Johnson got about 8 before Raiola screen pass. Johnson. Whoa, what a wicked move that was. And he got about 2nd and 5. Johnson, nice cutback. Wow, he did that in a hurry.
24. Extra tight end out there. 12 personnel. Emmett Johnson. First down to the 10. In this game against Michigan State in 2023. They run reverse. Johnson behind Harburg. Touchdown. A few weeks ago. Johnson. Emmett all the way.
He is the person at the point of attack that has to hold his block for far too long. He holds it. He continues to hold it. And now you have Emmett outside.
Emmett Johnson, touchdown.
And now they have a firm relationship going into this season.
The star running back is Emmett Johnson, and he gets the first carry of the day, and it's a big one and a first down.
To find the right combination to keep Dylan clean.
Back to the run game for Johnson, weaves his way through a couple more tackles and back-to-back first downs to start the game on the ground. Last week, this Maryland defense had to face Jonah Coleman, and they get another dose of a really good back. Look at the dancing from Johnson, and a mere 8 yards for it, though. A third down for the Maryland defense. Emmett Johnson, first down. Heinrich Harburg, the former quarterback, now a tight end in the game. And he's blocking in front of Johnson, runs right through the hole that Harburg helps open along with the right tackle. Who's turned, so it wipes out the touchdown, and now they're going to set up the screen. Johnson trying to get some of it back, breaks out of a tackle. Wow, and gets 5 more yards after the...
Glasser completely fooled.
Emmett Johnson, right up the gut. And he breaks out for a first down. It's still, for everything that's gone wrong. Has to be rewarding for that Maryland. Through. Away from Wingate. Cuts back across front of the field. Got away from 2 tacklers there. Husky is the last man there. He allows for help to come get Johnson, who stays on his feet. What a run!
Playing desperate for every single inch. But how about the technique? Watch him press the hole right here. That's what sets the block. His offensive linemen must love blocking for him because he makes their job easy. And this is what I'm talking about, the pure desperation. When you think you got him bottled up, when you think you got him tackled, think again.
Scrimmage for either team. 21 yards. Johnson. Oh, you see his ability to cut back. 22. Johnson. A hop, skip, and a beauty. And look out. Inside the 15. Finally dumped at about the 11. Maybe the 12. A yard here. Out of the shotgun. Off the edge. Pressure. Emmett Johnson has a first down. Oh, can you imagine him jumping rope? My goodness, all the way up to the 45-yard defender because of the presence of Corey Parrish. Johnson! Oh, he almost broke it.
Protecting Raiola.
Very quickly to Emmett Johnson. And they have the first down. Pass the... Underneath to Emmett Johnson. I'll tell you what, that young man's played as hard as he can tonight. Brown kid can play. Emmett Johnson, well, he decides to get as much yardage as possible, but the clock will continue.
There's Hunter for 26 and a first down on his second straight catch. Now back from the belly of Johnson, who zigzags his way in his space, which is exactly where it's Johnson carving out space right up the gut. And he bows down at the 13-yard line to make it 3rd and 2. And it's Johnson again, wrangled in the backfield. Raiden Brooks got there, but pushed him after forcing the punt. And keeping with Johnson. Foot race to the edge. He slips out of there. Opening drive score for Nebraska.
Watch the edge pressure is going to come off the backside. I think that was Bruss. 33 just outruns him. Trying to stop Emmett Johnson. Great job right there on the field for 6.
And it's back with Johnson, who stutter steps his way through 2 tackles. Uline missed also. And some of those sure tacklers for Northwestern are seeing Johnson slip right through their fingers. First down, Nebraska.
Wow. Great job up front. Rocco Spindler in his injured head is unsupervised.
And they run it wide open. Wow, that is a gaping hole. Emmett Johnson.
Empty.
Uline bumps out there. They go after that matchup, and Uline makes the open field tackle, but not before the first down.
Together, Jalen Rowland and Isaiah Hutchinson.
Emmett Johnson trying to do his best, Joe Hyman. Empties out for Raiola. And he chucks it to Johnson, who is dragged to the sideline. All started with a pick on 3rd down by Javen Wright, the Nebraska defense. Johnson seeking, driving, Johnson, touchdown, Nebraska!
The push, the collapse on this right side. And then it's just...
7-yard pickup for Johnson on first down. He bounces around, has this first down, and he slides across midfield.
Staying ahead schedule feels paramount in this game against the USC defense that's racked up the sacks, and that's going to help with a run right up. They would love to see him get a little bit more in terms of the football in his hands. Johnson up the middle. He breaks so many tackles. Came in with 44 missed tackles on runs this year. So far, 11 runs, 7 passes for this Nebraska offense, and that number is going to keep going up if Emmett Johnson keeps churning them out. 14-yard pickup to move the sticks. Braving the elements with their costumes. First down, set up the screen. Emmett Johnson weave to the outside. Stutter step move and then gets thrown forward. And it's 1st and goal just inside the 10. It's Johnson up the middle. Johnson still on his feet for the touchdown. Too much EJ for the TD. 10-yard scamper to extend the lead.
both out of this ball game.
Nebraska out for the year with another knee injury, and yet they've still run it this effectively without them.
Guy to throw the football.
Emmett Johnson. Big hole. Johnson to the outside. Emmett Johnson pushed the pile. Bishop Fitzgerald caught some pain at the... Be that guy that is setting an example, being a vocal guy. This guy's just doing a little bit of everything physically right now. Emmett Johnson.
He mentioned nothing about coming home. Nothing this week. He is a cool cat. Emmett Johnson, number 21. Another guy you'll see a lot of. Simply hands it off to keep it going. No, he's going to throw it. And Latif looking, checks it down and gets the first down on a check down that you're up to date on that Nebraska drive. Going screen underneath to Emmett Johnson. Look out. Look out. Look out. Look out. 56 yards. Touchdown. Emmett getting it done.
Defensive coordinator Kevin Coyle for UCLA knew that this would come. But if you want to have a screen, you got to get it started. Take a look at the top of the screen.
Saw on the road when we had them in Minnesota.
Absolutely right.
Emmett Johnson again. Boy, he is tough. That's another first down. Formation. Johnson dots the I. And he rambles in for the touchdown. Against anybody. Emmett Johnson totes it. And he gashes them for a first down. That's 12 yards away to stymie this attack. Latif. Beautifully done. The wheel route to Johnson. Emmett Johnson.
This is man-to-man coverage, something you're playing because they're running the ball so well, right? So if you're John Bonds, I understand why you get beat here, right? You see that fake, and then you lose your attention, and now you're on Latif. However, you've got to be worried about this guy streaking down the sideline. A perfect pass by TJ Latif, but a perfect design.
Johnson again. I mean, he's just lighting it up.
Quarterback in also on this play. It's like Harburg.
It is. He gives Johnson, finds the hole. Look at the speed. Emmett Johnson explodes into the secondary. Finally tracked down by Dejon Lane.
Overload the right side. Look, two tight ends and extra offensive linemen over here, but they're going to run it weak. The vision of Emmett Johnson, outstanding. Guys staying on their blocks.
Perfect touch. Emmett Johnson makes the grab. As Emmett Johnson makes the adjustment for the first down.
No surprise, Emmett Johnson. And Johnson,
that's doing something.
They will ride this guy all day long. And Johnson, second effort out close to the 30. Intringer brought him down. That's a 13-yard carry.
Even Phil Parker, the Iowa defensive coordinator, talked about how improved Johnson's good teams. They have not tackled that well.
Again, Johnson outside, and he's busted one. He's 40. He's 20. He's 10. He is touchdown.
What an effort.
Ooh, Johnson, give it to him. Hit. Not sure he got in. Second push. And let's see. Nebraska thinks they've scored. And they have.
Almost like a basketball pick.
A lot of finesse in that block. Look Johnson again! Emmett Johnson! Knocked out of bounds at the 30. Yeah, into the wind. Target line was 32-yard line. Emmett Johnson with a catch. Breaks another tackle. Spins down to the 21. Second down and 3. Johnson again. Look at this guy. Emmett Johnson.
In the back.
Third down and short. Big fan of this, though, I would guess, and that's Johnson, who makes a couple of moves. Johnson makes one man miss, and he's across midfield to the 4. Latif again on second down, sheds one rusher, fires, and Johnson has the catch, and he's short of the first.
It's inside zone, away from the offset back.
Johnson tiptoes through tacklers and then gets bulldogged down to the 33. It starts a couple years ago. Johnson gets it, dances to the goal line, just short.
Tony calls.
See, I'm back on my. See, I'm back on my bullshit. Ayy, see, I'm back on my bullshit. Came a long way from school, bitch. We them niggas been banging and walking with full clips. Pocket filled with them blue strips. All I hang with the silent, can't fuck with no loose lips. If he rat, cut him loose quick. If a fuck nigga try, bet his ass make the news quick. Hit his ass with these blue tips. But these niggas won't shoot shit.